I understand that you guys like Sony, but you guys gotta stop the cap, bro. Ain't nobody spending $800 on no PlayStation 5 Pro, especially when majority of the games are gonna be optimized for the PlayStation 5, man. You got Sony out here charging an upgrade as if they're selling you a whole next generation console. They might as well have called it the PlayStation 6 with that type of price tag. Are you serious? And all you ponies are defending this? Oh, we get to play Indiana Jones, but better. Man, at this point, if I gotta spend $800 on a console, you might as well go PC. Seriously. Like, what is up with you PlayStation fanboys, man? You was out here willing enough to spend $800 on a platform with no games. You heard what they said. Oh, you can play Forbidden West and Ratchet and Clank, a little bit better with the AI technology that we added. Really? Are you serious, bro? The same games that you promised that will run at 4K 120 is what you're alluding with the PlayStation 5 Pro. Did we get scammed, guys? Did we honestly buy the platform that Sony said could do what it said on the box? Is that why they removed the false advertisement that they had? Come on, man. I'm sorry, man. There's no justification for any of you PlayStation fanboys to want to go out there and pick up a secondary console, which happens to be the PS5 Pro. Oh, they're probably going to have a trade-in bonus. You sell that, you probably get an extra $100.50 towards the next PS5 Pro. Really? $700 for a digital platform, man. That has to be one of the biggest upcharges that I've seen. The Xbox One X was a difference over the One S, and it was priced at $500. The PlayStation 4 Pro, which was a little bit better than the PS4, but guess what? It was priced around $400. That is a $300 to $400 upcharge price that Sony has done to you. And y'all capping for it. You defending it. Oh, we get to play Final Fantasy VII Rebirth a little bit better. That's all it is, man. But at the end of the day, the games are gonna be the same, regardless.
That would have been it, dude. If Sony decided to go with all digital PS5 Pro, that would be it. I'd be like,
I mean, at this point, they might as well, because ain't nobody spending $800 on that MBG. So why are you shilling for this, bro? See, this is the problem, man, and this is why PlayStation is going to self-destruct their very own company, because you guys want to sit there and say, oh, Sony know how to operate and manage their business. Are you $800? You really think people are going to spend, oh, you just broke, you just ain't got no money. If I have money to be able to buy 3 platforms, which would cost me about close to $13, well, including tax, $1,500, I think I can go out there and pick up a PS5 Pro. That is not the issue, people. The issue is the fact that you expect people to buy this. The only justification as to why I would pick up a PS5 Pro if it could play PlayStation 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5 games natively. Okay? But you got to tell me what the PS5 Pro is offering that's any different than the previous PS5 device that you already got already. Oh, we get a little extra frame rate resolution boost. Wukong can actually run at 60 instead of this frame gen nonsense. Bruh, you ponies is down bad for this, man. I'm sorry, man. A $300, $400 upcharge fee for anybody that wants to support Sony. And then on top of you guys charging their DualSense controllers for an additional $5 for no apparent reason besides them existing.
You guys are nuts. All right, let me read the rest of these chats really quick, and we'll head over to the blog post. Cape Crusader actually re-upped his membership. Thank you so much for that, man. That brings us to 26 members on the day.
It's sad, bro. Sony is done, bro. As much as you people want to sit there and say they're bringing out more hardware and controllers than games, bro. Where's the games, man? What games are gonna take advantage of the PS5 Pro? That's my question. Not the games that we got, not these PS4 glorified, so-called quote-unquote PlayStation 5 next generation exclusives, because those games as PS4 titles, bro. Like, you gotta tell me what exclusive game's gonna take advantage of this $800 worth of power. None. Because all these games got to be optimized with the PS5 in mind, which means that if it don't run on the PS5, then it won't run on the PS5 Pro. It is what it is, man. You can sit there and say, well, it's bottlenecked. You know, they should just throw the other base model PS5 in the trash. Well, at this point, this was such an unnecessary console. And if Sony wanted to really finish it, they should have said, hey, guys, the PS5 was a failure. We sold you guys on this hardware, but now we got a PlayStation 6 with real power. So now I'm asking the question, if this is $800 for an upgrade, then I'm only wondering what the price of a PlayStation 6 would be. Remember, this ain't even supposed to be on the level of a PlayStation 6, but yet you guys are paying PlayStation 6 money for this upgrade.
Right now.
Wow.
My screen. September 26th. The only thing that would feel wrong to me is if Sony rolled this console out and didn't have a proper show showing new games of some kind.
They did it.
Getting people more excited on the
What
game.
new games did they show? Forbidden West, Ratchet and Clank. Hey, let's look at the crowd and see how it's animated. And to be honest with you, the side-by-side comparisons look the same, man. It didn't really look that much better, bro. I'm just telling you, I could see the little bit of, it looked slightly better, but it didn't look that crazy, man, if you ask me, bro. They out here showing Ratchet flipping. Hey, look at that. He's a little slower on this version, bro. Ain't nobody gonna notice this.
Side of things. Because what they showed was more than I expected. Like, yeah, The Last of Us Part 2, Ratchet and Clank and all that.
Yeah, PS4 games. You hear this, fool? Oh, they showed games. Yeah, games that came out on the PS4.
That's great, but, those games already look really good to me, and I already played them. So it's like I'm kind of waiting to see the newer stuff. Console itself is fine, though. I mean...
Wow, you was out here defending the console, bro. But if this was Xbox, y'all be bashing it, bro. Y'all know this, man. Ain't nobody gonna spend $800 on a PS5 Pro. Y'all didn't even want to spend $600 on the PS3, and that could play PS1, 2, 3 games. Actually, that console had features. As expensive that console was, free online, it had great features, though, with the SD USB flash drive, the 4 USB ports. It was a very advanced console. So to me, yes, it was very expensive, but that was worth the $600 because you're getting essentially 3 consoles, a Blu-ray. Remember, Blu-ray wasn't as known. Blu-ray player on top of that. The PS3 had value, okay, when they manufactured that box, okay, just off that alone. The PS5 Pro is going to do essentially the same thing that the PS5 does, but just a little bit better. Really? You really out here justifying $800 over that MBG, bro? You have lost all credit and respect from me.
I'm sure there are people clowning on it at this very moment. Twitter's a bloodbath. Oh, I can only imagine. The most important thing people need to keep in mind, and this is what I will say.
This is Sony's last hustle.
If you are deeply disturbed by the Pro, the best thing you could do
is not buy it. Don't buy it, right? But that kind of goes against your whole PlayStation agenda because if people don't buy it, then it's a failure. And then why would Sony want to continue consoles? So, like I said, you stop acting. You're capping, bro. See, this is the problem with you PlayStation fanboys. You don't want to sit here and be honest and be like, yeah, that's a little ridiculous, man, considering the lack of games that we got. Come on, Sony. You got to do better than this, bro. But y'all taking it, man.
Is just ignored.
Oh, just ignore it, Just act like it's not happening. Act like it's not going on. Act like it don't bother you. Bro, that's not going to do anything. What do you mean? So you're looking forward to this. For what reason, bro? There's no good quality games for it, bro. There was barely quality games for the PS5 that you was playing already. All that PS5 Pro is going to be for is a Grand Theft Auto 6 resolution machine. That is it. That is all that console's being developed for. Because when it comes down to PlayStation 5 exclusives, most of those games are going to PC, which already going to run better than what you're getting with the Pro. So what is the point of this console?
And it doesn't even exist. Don't buy it. Don't send Sony your money. That's it.
Oh, don't worry about that. I don't think a lot of people are going to buy this console. Not even the biggest PlayStation fanboy alive is going to be picking up this console for $700 digital and $800 physical. That is ridiculous, man. If Sony's not sitting there slapping you people across your faces, man, they already telling you that they don't want to. They're essentially saying that we don't care for physical. We'll still do it, but we're going to keep raising up the price tag to the point where you guys just go digital anyway. That's why the digital option is much cheaper, $100 cheaper, because they know they're trying to weed out physical media and you people are not even realizing it.
That's all you need to do. That's all you need to do.
Wow. You're a disgrace to the gaming community, bro. A disgrace.
But the reality is, I think Sony is aware that people are going to buy this console because they're excited.
No, it ain't nobody buying this console, bro. Like I said, maybe they figured out, oh, okay, these PlayStation fanboys are buying more hardware than games, and we might as well just keep coming out with hardware. I guess the PlayStation 5 is doing so good in hardware that they lost the focus of actually making games for the piece of plastic. Instead, they're just going to keep making more shiny objects for you people to keep buying.
Like some people, regardless of how much hate there may be, there are going to be people who pay $700 for this console, and
yeah.
You know, I don't...
And that's going to be $1,000 in some other countries.
Again, it's just like, you can yell at the person doing that, but...
I don't think it's people yelling. It's the fact that nobody likes the direction of where gaming's going, bro. Because it's not offering anything, man. That's the problem. Like I said, I would pick up... Listen to what I'm saying. I would pick up a PlayStation 5 Pro if it had features. PS1, native backwards, PS1, 2, and 3, native backwards compatibility. Now, if that was involved with the PlayStation 5 Pro, which essentially would be the ultimate PlayStation 5, then I would pick it up because I would see the value. Okay, I'm getting 1, 2, 3 consoles. No, actually 5 consoles in one. This is the ultimate PlayStation. Yeah, this is something I would pay $800 for that because it's all in one system. You see what I'm saying? But to essentially say, oh, pick up the PS5 Pro when it has the same features, the same games, essentially the same everything besides a resolution boost and a frame rate performance. That's it, which is slightly improved, not even vastly improved. It's like Sony got mad that Space Marine ran way better on Xbox Series that they had to come out with this console immediately.
How does it affect you? You know what I mean? If you're on PS5, it just doesn't. That's the reality. Invest in a PC.
And how does it? Oh,
you can do that too. Yeah, that's what I'm curious to see. I want to know how this thing stacks up against PC because I think right now,
trust me, it ain't stacking up that high because it was struggling to run PS4 games like Last of Us. I mean, look at the type of games that Sony is showcasing to you. They could have showed real next gen. They could have showed Final Fantasy VII Rebirth, but instead they showed a game like that.
There are definitely people who are maybe thinking about
Hogwarts Legacy, you know? Really? Last PS4 games?
Pro, but then when they realized it would cost me like $700, what could I get if I want to invest in PC? Could I get something comparable?
Yes, you can get something comparable, and on top of that, you can have access to emulation as well as PS5 and Xbox games. I mean, at this point, if this is not enough proof for you guys that are going to spend this type of money to go directly to PC, then I don't know what to tell you.
What the Pro is going to offer. I don't know. That I don't know. Sean Mitchell says...
But you don't know, but you're willing to drop 700 big smackaroonies on it, right? Yeah, typical PlayStation fanboy.
If we have another scalper situation, I can't...
Oh, yeah, and that's another situation. Yep, Scalper's going to sit there and charge that for $1,500 now.
Moving them the same. And if they do,
wow,
the folk paying... Okay, do you work at Sony, bro?
Oh, he's getting upset.
$1,000 PS6. Hicksock says, I'm outraged. €800 plus 150 for a drive. What the F?
Tell him.
I'm sure, yeah, I think a lot of people are probably outraged right now. I guess if you want to... I don't know. Are you guys outraged? Is anybody who's outraged? I don't know that I'm outraged. I'm a little surprised, but I'm not outraged.
This is typical, man. You people are single-handedly ruining PlayStation, man. You guys want to sit there and talk about Xbox, Nintendo, and PC gaming, but to be honest with you, I'm getting to the point where I'm like, man, Sony, get up out of here, bro. Get up out of here. Because this is ridiculous, bro. You was out here hurting the gaming community, right? And if Microsoft decided to follow suit by raising a price tag of their console to $800, y'all would have a problem with it, even though Sony is the one that introduced these things first. That's why people are having a problem with the PS5 Pro, because Sony is introducing anti-consumer practices in it. And if it does work, then companies are going to follow suit.
I'm not angry. I mean, it would be different if this was like, you know, if the PS5 Pro was like needed. I'm not outraged because it's like...
Well, that's the problem. It needs to be needed. There needs to be a reason that wants people to go out there and pick one up. That's what you don't understand. The fact that it's not needed is the problem. Like, bro, you know what, man? You ponies are something else.
If at the end of the day, if I look at this and I'm like, this just isn't enough for me, I'm just not going to buy it. Like, I'm just going to stick to my PS5. You know what I mean?
Yeah, but what does this do for Sony? What does this do? What new games are we getting? Like, I mean, come on, bro. Sony PS5 is a failure, bro.
So I don't think there's reason to be outraged.
It's a failure, bro. It's a failure, bro.
Let me see here. We not far away. Actually, says MBG, you're getting it day one. Who are you kidding? I probably am, yeah. Probably.
Disgraceful. You know, like I said, man, hopefully you guys enjoyed this video. Like I told you, it doesn't matter what Sony does to them. They could have charged $1,500 for the PS5 Pro, and they still would have went out there and bought it, man. PC gamers are laughing at you. You guys are sitting there paying all this money for a gaming console, and you ain't even barely getting any bonuses or advantages to it. Oh, we're getting a resolution in frame. Okay. But what about features, though? Like I said before, the PS3 was worth what you paid for. Yes, it was overpriced at $600, but you think about what I'm about to say. You had PS1, 2, and 3, right? You had a 60 gigabyte hard drive, but the 360 had a 20 gigabyte hard drive. Free online. SD card, 4 USB ports, okay? With all these other features. Blu-ray player, which was also just as expensive as buying a PS3. The PS3 had value. So it was, to be honest with you, and y'all had a problem with that back then. So I'm so very shocked how PlayStation fanboys don't have a problem with Sony doing a $700, $800 PS5 Pro. Even though it is barely that much of a difference. But hey, hopefully you guys enjoyed this video. Like I said, man, if this is where console gaming is going, then as far as I'm concerned, console gaming is dead.